Well, after 4 days of really exciting cricket, with just one day being left out because of the rain, of course, this track has held up beautifully. It's a good batting wicket and it continues to hold true to form. Today, we're getting down to some serious action. First match today is between the Nutmeg Warriors and the Saffron Strikers, the first champion and the current champion. My name is Jason Skeet. I've got the match referee Carl Felix here with me, and both captains, Kato and Cyrus. So we're here for the coin toss. You've got the coin, Mr. Match Referee.
You're the home captain.
The home captain, Daryl Cyrus, is going to make the call. The call is head from Kato, and it's tail. So, Daryl Cyrus, you just won the toss. What's the story?
We're going to have a bowl first.
You're going to have a bowl first. You're trusting bowling on this surface. You want to put them in to see how much they can get. What are you thinking is a good score that you want to restrict them to?
I think on this wicket, anything under 120 is something that our batters can go on and get.
All right. How has been your going in the tournament so far? Where do you rate it? Because you've lost a couple. When you won, you've won convincingly. What are some of the adjustments that you think your team has to make, particularly in the field?
I think it's just a matter of the guys getting consistent, and moving on.
All right. Well, a lot of big batting in your lineup as well. You've got Kim, you've got yourself, a couple of clean strikers of the ball, and you probably want to get off when your turn comes at the wicket.
Yeah, definitely. As I say, it's a good wicket to bat on, so it's just a matter of the guys converting the stats into something big.
All right, thank you very much, Daryl Cyrus. That's the captain of the Saffron Strikers. He's going to have a bowl first. The team with some explosive batting as well, the Nutmeg Warriors, is going to be knocking up Captain Kato. Welcome to your role as captain of the Nutmeg Warriors. You're taking over from Andre Fletcher, who was the captain last year and the season before that. Settling nicely in your role?
Yeah, most definitely. He's on the team also, so he's basically just working partnership. He give me his advice, and we just work together.
All right. Well, no team has repeated in this tournament so far. What's going for the Nutmeg Warriors is that your team has been featured in every final since. You've won the first one and you've been in the finals of the last two. Looking forward to lifting the trophy this year?
Yeah, most definitely. I think he's just taking it game by game, trying to go from strength to strength. We don't focus too much at the end. Just put this game is ahead of us right now, so it's about going out there and trying to execute the plan to win this game, and then we take it from there going forward and just try and be consistent as possible.
Some big batting in your lineup. Andre Fletcher was explosive in the last game, just getting almost to the half-century mark, and of course you picked up some good form as well. So you're looking forward to continuing on that today?
Yeah, most definitely. I think, as you said when you started the interview, it's a pretty good wicket, so we just come out here and have some fun today.
All right, well, thank you very much. We'll see you on the other side of the innings. Well, that's the story, everybody. The Nutmeg Warriors, they're going to have a bat first because the Saffron Strikers, they won the toss, and Captain Daryl Cyrus is sending in the Nutmeg Warriors to have a go on this placid wicket. It offers some assistance to the bowlers, yes, but they've got to work for it. There's turn for the spinners and there's good lift and carry for the fast bowlers, but it's pretty much even all the way through. You get out what you put in. That's the story on this wicket. So we see you at the start of ball one right here, day number 5 at the Spice Isle Dream 11 T10 tournament. The Nutmeg Warriors versus the Saffron Strikers. The Nutmeg Warriors are coming out to bat. Let's go back upstairs. Hi everybody, good afternoon and welcome to the Lassa Just playing field in St. David, Grenada for another beautiful day of cricket. A breezy day, otherwise mostly cloudy. The probability of precipitation only 25%. Winds are currently easterly at 28 kilometers per hour, gusting at about 39. 82% cloud cover. That means we can expect some humidity. We're maxing out to 33 degrees today, and we're just about that. That's a good day for cricket. But what's even more critical is that the feel outside there in the middle, outside of the shade is going to feel like 39 degrees. That tells me that the players would love it. And we would love where we're at in the cool. The Saffron Strikers, they won the toss for this encounter, and they have chosen to send the Nutmeg Warriors in to bat. The Nutmeg Warriors, the first champion of this tournament, and they've been featured in every final since. The Saffron Strikers are the defending champions. So this is a good first round matchup. A lot at stake, even if it's just bragging rights and playing for momentum. Outside there in the middle for the Nutmeg Warriors, the captain, Kato, and Roland Kato, and Andre Fletcher. And for the Saffron Strikers, So open the bowling for the Saffron Strikers, Ryshawn Williams. Clyde Rondell John, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Jason, and let me just say how happy I am to be back here again.
First ball up, Ryshawn Williams is up to Andre Fletcher. And Fletcher getting mid-on into the action almost immediately for a single.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the Spiceman. He's always ready and raring to go. It's good to be here again to bring you the action, Jason. Very interesting. The situation at the moment, though early days, but so far we've seen some really interesting cricket. The Saffron Strikers, they have a point to prove. They went down yesterday and they're looking to bounce back today.
Oh, bounce back they will have to. Ryshawn Williams, of course, he's been playing some good all-round cricket. He's not as penetrative as he would love to be with the ball, but he's been good out in the field for the Saffron Strikers. The Nutmeg Warriors, of course, the misfortune of rain the day before yesterday, so they had to share the points with, I think it was the Clove Challengers they were supposed to play that day.
Yes,
this one
I
is
do
going
think.
well, square of the offside, 4 runs. So Roland Cato, who has been in good form in recent times, shows a little finesse there and caresses it beautifully for 4.
Yeah, good shot. Waited on it. Just leaned back just enough. Get it past Joseph there at the point region. And a well-deserved boundary.
We're going to take a look at this field placing in just a little bit, maybe just before the start of the second over. Interesting field placing. The Saffron Strikers starting off with spin in their attack.
Well, we've seen this happen before. It seemed to be their tactic.
It's been bogged down by some. Maybe the heat has gotten to Clyde Rondell John. C.R. John. My good friend Stevenson Worm would refer to him the more diplomatic. The call is catch. It was just wide. It's just going to be the field at point. That's 4 more. And so now the Nutmeg Warriors are off and running.
Again, another beautiful shot. Finding the gap. It's not about power, but it was just about placement. Eluding that fielder there again. He made a really valiant effort, but he just couldn't reel it in, couldn't reach it. And another boundary to Cato.
Daryl Cyrus tried his best. To his left to Sheldon Joseph, who's more at point. Up in the air this time, over the head of Daryl Cyrus. That's 4 runs. Magnificent stroke from Cato. He was on to it in a flash, Clyde.
Yeah, much faster delivery from Ryshawn Williams, and he got on top of it. Didn't look to hold it down. He went purposefully over the top of Cyrus and picking up yet another boundary.
So that brings the end of the over. The Nutmeg Warriors off to a pretty decent start, 14 without loss. The Nutmeg Warriors looking to pick up some much-needed points here. They've been in good form, showing good form. It's just that a couple of their games, one game in particular, I remember going all the way down to the wire when they posted a pretty decent score. I think it was against the Bayleaf Blasters. Yes, when they played the Bayleaf Blasters, they limited the Bayleaf Blasters to 117, I think it was. And then Roland Cato and Andre Fletcher did a lot of damage, 41 for Cato and 48 for Fletcher in that game.
Yeah, 2 very dangerous batters at the wicket for the Nutmeg Warriors. And the Saffron Strikers will want to see the back of both of them as early as possible. Outside of that, it could be very, very dangerous for the Saffron Strikers. So they want to make sure they pick up these 2, maybe within the next 2 overs.
Captain Darrell Cyrus did say at the toss that he wants to try and limit the Nutmeg Warriors to just about to 120 or less. And Kem Charles is called into the attack to be part of that ploy to limit these Nutmeg Warriors. Kem Charles, he's been very good with bat and ball in this tournament so far.
Well done. Feel it down.
Yeah, Charles there. Good delivery to start. The thing about it, this is his home ground. He knows this ground well. And I think he has used the condition that is available to him really well. And so one would hope for the sake of the strikers, he can continue in that vein of form.
Watchful, challenging the fielder there. So the Saffron strikers being challenged outside there in the middle from the Nutmeg Warriors. Andre Fletcher deciding to put some pressure on them. It's going to be a wide, surely. The umpires, they've been spot on in this tournament so far. As a matter of fact, they've also used the technology to their advantage exceedingly well. This time, Cato is going. He's got Andre Fletcher, that is, gotten under it. And boy, he dispatched it. That was brutal. 6.
Yeah, that's trademark Andre Fletcher. Ball pitched up, no invitation needed. He's going to go after this. It was in the zone, in the arc. The only thing I think I missed there is that the head followed. Normally he would hit it with the no look, but this time he looked at it as it went flying across the ropes.
Well, he looks a lot more purposeful today, Andre Fletcher. He looks a lot more purposeful and more business-like today. Andre Fletcher is going with him again. This one has gone even further. Everyone is standing like spectators. The noise you just heard is from that ball landing on the roof. 6 more.
Yeah, somebody needs to go at the back to get this one. It's out of here. And that one, I think we can look at it again. It's the no-look. He didn't even look at it this time because he knew it came off the middle.
He's in a no-nonsense mood today, Andre Fletcher. He's been all business.
I think he understands the importance of himself and Cato giving a really solid start to the Nutmeg Warriors. And so definitely you look at his approach. He's not going to hold back, but he will not play any rash shots.
Saffron strikers, they've got some readjusting to do now. The third umpire would probably want to stand on the edge, or maybe the reserve umpire, the match official, somebody would want to stand on the edge with the box of replacement balls when Andre Fletcher is in this kind of mood.
Yeah, I quite agree with you. Once he sets himself, I think in speaking with him, he's looking to maybe register the first century in the T10. So definitely he is eyeing, something big.
Brought a man into the offside to strengthen the offside a little bit more for Andre Fletcher. And,
One, simple.
they've just turned 1 into 2. So normally the Andre Fletcher would settle for 1 and watch to see. He's hogging the strike now. He's feeling good.
Let me go, guys.
Middling. Kem Charles has some thinking to do. Oh, Fletcher is going square the wicket this time. Looks like Noel, who's outside there. Shaban Noel doing the work outside there, tidying up. So at the end of 2, the Nutmeg Warriors have moved on nicely to 33 without loss. Andre Fletcher is on 13 and Roland Cato quietly up to 13. Fletcher's on 17 and Roland Cato quietly moves up to 13.
Yeah, so far they've both faced an over each, and I think they signal their intent as to what they're going to do, or at least what the plan is for the moment for the Nutmeg Warriors.
Ryshawn Williams should probably want to move that man from deep down on the mid-on boundary and bring him up a little bit, because they just gave an easy single there.
Yeah, trying to protect the boundary.
Oh, the way these two batters are going, the boundary is... The boundary has been cleared with some level of confidence. So Ryshawn Williams is already gone for 15. Hesitance there. This could be close. A direct hit would have spelled a different story. And what should have been a run out has turned into 2. A direct hit there, and well, Cato would have been in some serious trouble. Challenge Daryl Cyrus. Cato was in no man's land.
Yeah, Cyrus a really good fielder, and you have to make sure you're wary of him if you're these two batters.
Well, Cato is looking to go with him, and Cato has gone with him into the trees this time. Surely he's going to pick something off of that mahogany tree down in the deep down there. That's gone for 6.
Yeah, again, I was just about to say Ryshawn Williams has bowled a decent over so far, and there Cato goes launching that one out the ground. Definitely, these two, I think they're setting a really good stage for an onslaught from the Nutmeg Warriors.
Oh, some explosive batting here from Andre Fletcher and Roland Cato. They've not spared any of these bowlers. Once they're slightly off, they're gone, and they've gotten the treatment, save and except a couple of good gliding, classical cutting boundaries through the offside. Everything else has gone up, up, up and away.
Yes, certainly. And when you can rotate the strike, have the field pushed back, or have them wondering if they should stay back or come in, I mean, that sets the tone for some good clean hitting.
Let's see what the Saffron strikers are going to do now. It looks like Kem Charles. They would try and bring Kem Charles into the attack. Is it Kem Charles that they're going to bring into the attack? Or it looks like Daryl Cyrus is going to come in for himself. So Daryl Cyrus will look to try and stem the flow of these runs. Or is he going to trust St. Paul? Okay. So he has trusted St. Paul with this. So Javel St. Paul. They need him to come up big today, these Saffron strikers. He's not been middling with the bat as he ought to, and he could be very penetrating as a bowler. They would need all of that from him today.
Well, they will need all of that. He proved and has proven to be a very tricky customer. Has a pretty decent slower ball, can generate quite a bit of pace. So that's going to be important.
And Fletcher's gone with him almost immediately. Fletcher on the attack. Fletcher is on the attack. 4 runs. He came into it quickly, nicely, and that was superb.
Yeah, guilty of pitching in the arc of Fletcher, and he doesn't need a second invitation. He will go hard and picks up rightfully a boundary.
Fletcher was on to him. Checking the shot this time. Good response from Noel. St. Paul, sorry. Good response. Was just clubbered for 4. Good response.
Again, what was different with that delivery is that it was pitched a little straighter, and it was not that pitched up as the previous one. So he had to check. You could see that he thought about it, but he had to check himself.
Again, Javel St. Paul pushing Andre Fletcher back. He's curbed the run rate just a little bit. They're going at, 13 and 3/4 runs per over now. That's the current run rate. Not bad at all for the Nutmeg Warriors, but more importantly, it has been stemmed just a little bit by the Saffron Strikers. They started this over at about 15 runs and over.
A lot more of this is going to be needed if they're really going to keep them under 120.
He's come down the ground and looking to go hard at him, but just mistiming it. Maybe looking for a little bit too much. Andre Fletcher. He's in a more business-like mood today. I'm not very familiar with all these names on social media. We're streaming on our Facebook page, TNR Communications, of course, and the Grenada Cricket Association. Oh, Fletcher was looking to go through the offside, but St. Paul has kept him in check so far. It's a good contest here.
Yeah, good delivery by St. Paul. Again, as I said before, he does have quite a few tricks up his sleeve. And he will show all his experience, definitely, because he knows that he's coming up against the Spiceman.
Look for the slower one now. Slower one it is, but Fletcher picked it. Fletcher picked it. And he's just dropped. Oh, just dropped. Darrell Cyrus, besides himself now, had the opportunity to dismiss Andre Fletcher. It was a slower delivery, we called it. Clyde?
Yeah, definitely, as we called it, a slower delivery pitched up, and Fletcher looking to come down the track, but he ended up yorking himself more or less. And the shot that he played was just a shot just to try and at least get out of the situation. Unfortunately, a big miss. Big miss for the Saffron Strikers.
Well, the 50 is up for the Nutmeg Warriors. And at the end of the power play, at the end of 4, the Nutmeg Warriors are 50 without loss. Andre Fletcher's on 25. And his captain, Roland Cato, is there with him on 22. And a good afternoon to Jamila Lewis. She's chiding Darrell Cyrus. And in a nutmeg shell, whoever that person is in a nutmeg shell, good afternoon. I'm thinking that with a name like that, you might be supporting the Nutmeg Warriors.
Well, the Nutmeg Warriors, they are on the charge. And if you're not supporting them, then it means that you have to be urging your Saffron Strikers to get in the game.
Oh, that's tantalizing. That's tantalizing. Encouraging for the Saffron Strikers.
Yeah, but Cato a bit casual there, not really making up his mind what he wanted to do, and I think he just ended up making a waft at it.
Well, Shabba Noel comes, and Shabba Noel goes, and Shabba Noel is gone far. Yeah, no nonsense mood here now. That has gone for a maximum.
Now, this is a shot that you saw purpose in. Ball pitched almost the same spot, and this time Cato climbing through it and dispatching it for 6. I think they will need to have, as we said, the box of balls pretty close. Because if these two continue to be out there, they will have to maybe get to the river or probably put a few persons out there to retrieve some deliveries.
Well, if they're going to put anybody up top there, they're going to have to put them high up in the mahogany trees, because those trees are going to be trimmed with the blows from these balls.
So I think shortly they may just have to replace this one. I'm not certain they're going to find it once it leaves the ground.
Oh, they should just chalk it up to a souvenir and maybe send Shaban Noel the bill after. Because if you're going to keep on bowling like this, Andre Fletcher and Roland Cato, they're not going to be too kind to you.
I quite agree with you.
So the umpires conversing and deliberating and finally choosing. Don't go too far back. Don't go too far back. You might just need some more. Pretty decent. The run rate has just dipped a little bit for the Nutmeg Warriors. 12.92, almost to 13. But more importantly, they've not lost a wicket yet, and they're up to 56 without loss.
56 without loss. They're looking dangerous. So far, I think these two have put on the highest opening partnership of the tournament so far.
No, not at all, not at all. I'll give you the details in that in just a little bit. A few days ago, we had, I would tell you, the match between Cinnamon Pieces and Ginger Generals. Cinnamon Pieces were going at about 93 runs without loss. And then that same match between the Nutmeg Warriors and the Bay Leaf Blasters, the opening partnership was about 99.
Fletcher and Cato.
Thank you very much.
So far they've had the biggest opening stand of 99, the highest partnership. So it means that really and truly the Saffron strikers, they need to strike now. They need to strike now. They can't wait. They really need to strike now.
One of our viewers said you don't take chances with these two cricketers. They're extremely skilled. And I couldn't agree with her more.
Just to keep you up to speed, Jason, the second highest partnership, Devonnie Smith and Javed Hazard as the opening pair for Clove Challengers.
That was 90, how much? 93 or 94?
97.
97. See?
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
I think so far the openers have done a pretty decent job. Shondell Regis and Nikosi Saint-Hilaire, they've had a 49-run opening stand as the third highest.
Devonnie Smith scored 52 in that match against the Clove Challengers, and Javed Hazard 39. Those were the two top scores in that game. One of our viewers said that oh, that's a good shot. That's a brilliant shot. It deserved 4. Some sloppy feeling, but it deserved 4. Exquisite.
That's vintage Cato. This is what we knew about Roland Cato. Fast hands and just climbing into that delivery. Joseph making a really good attempt, but the pace at which it came down, it just eluded him.
.61 without loss. 4 extras to the tally already. Run rate climbing again. Shaban Noel coming in. Cato looking to go just about anywhere with that. But he was quickly called to his mark by Andre Fletcher. No, don't do that. And he apologized profusely with just one action. Well, this time he makes connection. This is going to go straight. Oh, yeah, good feeling outside there. Mistiming it. He didn't get it the way he wanted. It didn't come off the meat of the bat, so to speak.
Yeah, I think he went through the shot a little too early and didn't get the sort of connection that was needed to really get him across the ropes. But I think fortunate for him, it didn't carry to the fielder down there. It bounced once.
R.J. Michaels, where are you? Where are you from, R.J. Michaels? I hear what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Where are you from, R.J. Michaels? Where are you viewing us from? What part of the country?
Yeah, I'm observing, Jason, the body language of the Saffron strikers, and they seem to be at a loss as to really how they can get a breakthrough from these guys.
So another bowling change now. This looks like Sheldon Joseph. He's going to be coming in from the main pavilion end. And he's turning Kato around just a little bit. And square leg comes into the action. 1.
Yeah, Joseph has been the man that Darius Cyrus has always turned to when, he needs to stem the tide, and one hopes that he can deliver here.
Oh, surely that's going to be wide down the leg side. All right, well, R.J. Michaels, sometimes I ask the questions, not that I don't know the answers, but to create some kind of conversation. So if you are here supporting your siblings, then I can understand that, my brother. Clyde Rondell John, you know that person, don't you?
Yes,
Slower
I
ball.
do.
4 runs. A thick edge, 4.
And this is what I was just saying. Joseph has been known to be the partnership breaker for the Saffron strikers, and he almost brought up a breakthrough there. Fortunate for Fletcher, it went into the gap. It didn't carry to third man, and so he lives to fight again.
Full ball down the leg side again, and this is going to go all the way to the boundary, crashing into the Dream 11 advertising board. So they cannot afford to be giving away all these runs, the Saffron strikers. They've been pillaged and plundered already inside the first 5.5 overs, and they've been giving away so many extras now, extras climbing to 10, and the Nutmeg Warriors have moved on to 73 without loss.
Yeah, really ill discipline from the Saffron strikers. They need to really gather themselves and look to regroup and come again, because if they don't, it could be a long innings for them.
Andre Fletcher is looking to go over mid-wicket, can't beat mid-wicket. Some tidying up work outside there. Looks like Kem Charles outside on the mid-wicket boundary. Does the tidying work. He's been very active so far this afternoon, Kem Charles. Miscued shot, and Kato could be in trouble here, and Kato is gone. It's a miscued shot. It was going down the leg side. Could have just guided it really and picked up an easy single or two. Leading edge.
Yeah, I think the idea there was just to get it up over the short fine leg, playing a little too early and getting a really thick edge that caused it to balloon up. So he will feel hard done. Definitely he will feel hard done. He was going really at a good rate.
Oh, the Nutmeg Warriors have lost their first wicket, 74 for 1. Roland Cato, the captain, going for 34. Roland Cato caught by Walker of the bowling of Joseph for 34. And the Nutmeg Warriors losing their first wicket. And that has brought Shadrach Descartes from the island of St. Lucia into the middle now. He's going to be there with Andre Fletcher. Shadrach Descartes from St. Lucia.
Yeah, the momentum that has been built up, I think they will want to continue. Descartes, we know, can really belt it around. And so, interestingly, it will be interesting to see the roles if they switch or if they continue at the same pace.
Fletcher is in the mood, so Descartes might just allow him. Our friends in Castries and Vieux-Fort and Soufrière. And Bonwell. Good afternoon.
Thank you.
So Joseph has broken the partnership. Again, that's a can I get out shot, I think, by Shadrach Descartes. He's much better than that shot.
Yeah, I quite agree with you. Just needs to get a piece as to what is happening. Then, you can really launch out and decide, to take apart the bowlers as they come.
I beg those of you on the live to please hit your share button. There's no cost for hitting the share button. This time he's making connection. Is it going to carry? And yes, it does. So Descartes gets in on the action. Over long off for 6.
Again, not really getting the sort of connection, but he got the results that he intended. You look at him and he was just stretching a bit to really reach it, but he did get a good piece of it. That bat seemed to be carrying pretty true.
All right, well, at the end of 6 overs, the Nutmeg Warriors are 80 for 1. Clyde Rondell John will stretch his legs for a little bit, and that will bring in the veteran Cummins into the commentary table for just a little bit as well as we go to the end of this innings. And just like to remind you, there's no cost for hitting the share button. Let everyone else enjoy the cricket with you. Don't be selfish. Just hit share, and, well, anything can happen. Ruel Williams will now come into the attack for the Saffron Strikers. Ruel Williams is going to be coming in from the main road end. He's going to be heading to Andre Fletcher. Fletcher's on 30. Quietly, he's settled on 30. The run rate has just dropped a little bit, Cummins, to 13 1/3. What do you make of the innings thus far?
I think it has been a very aggressive inning from the Nutmeg Warriors thus far. Seeking to look at 120.
Oh, Ruel has got to find his line and length and do it quickly because they don't have much time. And the Nutmeg Warriors have not been very kind to them either. Interesting enough, the umpire didn't signal wide there.
I think this one was this one can pass. It's a ploy by Williams. He's just gonna look to bowl Yorkers in just around that area there. He has to be very careful. But one of the things I observed this morning with Saffron strikers, they warm up. this morning. I thought it was very casual. It was not spirited as how the Nutmeg Warriors went out there with a warming up with a purpose, and they had carried it right through their batting thus far.
Oh, that's glorious. That is glorious. That is nothing short of superb.
Slower ball.
Andre Fletcher, 34.
Right ball.
Now he calls the wide.
This is just what the intention of Royal Williams is, to bowl it wide of the batsman, forcing them into that foul stroke. And thus far, he has only able to set down with a couple of wides and a boundary.
Well, welcome to the Andre Fletcher Driving School, and welcome to the fielding as well out in the middle. That's good cricket. A good delivery, well stroked, and expertly fielded.
This is just what the captain and Royal Williams is looking for the batsmen to be getting out there, playing the shots.
Yeah, last middle and leg. The ball are coming right, come around too.
And the call is catch. Someone is settling under it, and yes. So Shadrach Descart goes for 6, trying to go over cover, and well, didn't get onto it the way he wanted to. And there we go, number 20. That's Javel St. Paul's pair of safe hands.
For so far, we can say that Royal ploy has worked, because all he has been doing just targeting just outside, wide outside the off stump there. And this one just came back a little to the batsman, and eventually this one get him out.
All right, well, Shadrach Descart departs, and that will bring in Daniel McDonald to the strike for the Nutmeg Warriors. The Nutmeg Warriors are 87 for 2 while he's walking in. I'd let you know, big game on today in the ICC T20 Cricket World Cup first round action. The United States in a battle with India. The USA getting to 110 for 8 of their 20 overs. India needing another 72 from 75. They're 39 for 3. India in all sorts of trouble here against the United States. There are more Indians on the United States playing than Americans. But it's like a lady who said, the hair I buy is mine. You might call it weave, you might call it a wig, but she says the hair I buy is mine. Oh, gentle, soft hands, good cricket, just one.
Some boys asked, once I mentioned it as HIB. And they were wondering, what am I saying? Here I bought.
Here I bought. In the United States, it will be PIB. Players. But it is what it is.
Very interested.
They've beaten Pakistan already in the first round of the competition. This time Fletcher is going. No, he's not going to have a chance, St. Paul, this time. This has gone outside of the ground and just bounced on the edge of the fence and came back in.
That's a beautiful shot. Look at it. Pure timing. Ask for nothing better from the Spice Man.
So Andre Fletcher is moved on to 41. Later on tonight, West Indies will be in action against New Zealand at 8:30. That's a big game for the West Indies.
That's a big game, big game.
India still requiring a further 72 from 74 deliveries. We're going to follow that and keep you in the loop with it, because we don't want you to move away from here. 39 for 3. India against the United States, who mounted 110 for 8. Stay with us. We're going to
Very
keep you up to speed.
challenging scores in that group. Challenging scores right through in that group.
Of course, challenging scores they are. All right, well, Lasajes looking good. Nice, beautiful sunshine, good weather. Just about another 82% cloud cover, so it is very humid, but it's a good day for cricket here at the Lasajes playing field.
Glorious day for cricket.
And the Saffron strikers in trouble. He's not going to be out. He thought about it, pulled away last minute. But Daniel MacDonald, he's not even bothered.
Ball is
Wishful
very far
thinking.
away from the bat. Very, very far away from the bat. I don't know what they're asking for.
So we're live at the Lasajes playing field, cricket action. This time he's made connection with it, and it will go all the way for 4. All the way for 4. That's good batting from MacDonald.
A very skillful batter, and just moving back slightly and waiting there and dispatch it. That's a
Slower ball, well negotiated.
St. Paul seemed to be mixing it up well here, thinking all the time, just thinking all the time.
Javed St. Paul, he's been on the attack here. They need him to do something spectacular. He's wrapped Fletcher on the pad. This could be close. The umpire finger goes up. Yes, that's it. Andre Fletcher has been yorked leg before. And Javel St. Paul pulling something out of the hat. And the jubilation for the Saffron strikers.
Well, he has been bowling very intelligently. St. Paul, he has always, and mixing it up well. We have seen those that went away, those that went in, the slower one, and this time he had to really choose a beauty for Fletcher. Straight on the pads, right in front of the wicket, and Fletcher had no answer for it, only to wait on the umpire's decision and just walk back to the dugout.
Oh, Fletcher again has been done in the 40s. He's had a half century already, I think, in this tournament, but he's been flirting around the 40s, and he would have loved to gone on to get something bigger. He went for 48 against the Bayleaf Blasters when they beat the Bayleaf Blasters in a close one. I think the Nutmeg Warriors won that one in a close encounter. He went for 48, and today he is leg before for 41. New batter at the crease now is Andrew for the Nutmeg Warriors. The Nutmeg Warriors looking to see how best they can capitalize on the present situation. Javon Andrew comes in to join McDonald.
Good testing delivery there from St. Paul, but just unfortunate that just climbing a little bit too high, the umpire calling wide.
This time he makes connection at it. It's going to be a close one outside there. Good stop, good work in the deep. And is it going to... Oh, they're going to confer with the fielder first of all. The umpire would want to make sure. He wants to make sure. Yes, it's just the one.
A little bit of football walk there. Could be dangerous.
Looking to clear the mid-on boundary, but can't do it. Dropped short inside. Not timed properly. Pace taken off the delivery again by St. Paul.
Very good delivery. Very good over. And you can see that the Saffron strikers, they're a little bit pep in the step now. After the fall of Fletcher, they seem to be a little more spirited outside of there, hoping that they can get a couple more wickets and stifle the Nutmeg Warriors to the end of the inning. That's Cyrus, or is it Bartholomew?
All right. Well, at the start of 9, the Nutmeg Warriors are 103 for 3. And Noel will continue from the main road end. Shaban Noel will continue. And he's going to be heading to Javon Andrew, 2 fairly new batters at the wicket here now for Nutmeg. And looking to go a little bit square of the wicket. Tempting the batsman, Shaban Noel.
That's a good delivery. Just outside of the off stump there. Asking him to stretch a little more. Oh.
Noel has shortened his run up, so he's coming in on a quicker turn now. In the meantime, the Nutmeg Warriors, they're up to 103. In the back of their mind, they are thinking anyway just above 130, but that's going to require some getting. The current run rate is just 12 and a smidgen. He's firmly struck. That's beautiful. Firmly struck for 4.
The timing is excellent. The ball was there. Cleared the front foot, and dispatch it. Beautiful.
So Andrew moves on to 7. 8.5 overs gone. Nutmeg Warriors can't afford any extras, leg byes. The wicketkeeper having a challenging time here for the Saffron strikers.
That's Walker.
Wicketkeeper is a Walker, Raphael Walker. Looking to whip it on the onside, but thick peeling off and going into the offside. Just 1. Extras 14 already. Current run rate now 12.34. Only 10 runs in this partnership. Avi George, good afternoon. Wide ball again. Timed and only carrying down on the mid-on, just on the edge of the mid-on boundary. He was looking for the big hit, and Andrew couldn't clear it, and straight down the throat of mid-on, who's deep.
I think just had crossed the seam of that delivery. The ball not coming on to the bat as it should, and Andrew really into the shot. I think he was into the shot a little bit too early and can just guide it for the man down at the long and boundary. Good little cameo from Andrew as he makes his way back.
7? 7 is a cameo, Cummins?
For the time he spent. Within the few balls. A cameo could be any amount of runs within any time, eh?
Yeah. Most of our viewers would tell you they wouldn't consider anything under 20 a cameo.
In that situation, where they're looking for it, how many balls remaining?
Javel St. Paul is out there. This is his second safe hands experience on the field for the inning so far. This is his second catch.
Yeah, he has been catching quite well. He has been doing it well.
call is 1. They thought about challenging for 2. But it looks like Kim Charles is outside there. You don't want to challenge his arm. You don't want to do that. In the meantime, Joseph is on the attack for Saffron Strikers. Sheldon Joseph. He's going down the leg side. The call is run out. Direct hit would have spelled trouble there. But the Nutmeg Warriors, they're stealing runs here now more than ever because they've raced up to 111 for 4 and they're stealing runs. So, it's a little bit more than 111 actually because we've still got to add the wide. So, they're stealing runs now. They're turning 1s into 2s. Slower delivery right on the stumps. The timing, sloppy work outside there. And another single.
A little bit of pressure coming onto Saffron Strikers, trying to get wickets as much as possible rather than containing.
Watchful, beat everyone, including the keeper. That's more buys, more extras, more runs. The Nutmeg Warriors are enjoying some free food here from the Saffron Strikers.
Keeper not assertive enough, not making the kind of movements that he needs to make to save those kind of runs. Just giving it away easily.
I think he came up a little bit too early on that occasion, the wicketkeeper. You have to stay down for a longer period. Yeah, he's up early, the wicketkeeper. And they stole another single again. So the Nutmeg Warriors inside the final over with their 100. And as the score comes up, the score is going to come up. Or scores are just making some adjustments on us next door. But the score is going to come up. Straight back to the bowler. Just a dot. $121 for 4.
That's a good delivery and getting the batsman run out. Daniel has to just walk back. Nutmeg Warriors just looking to get as much runs as possible. And unfortunately, with 1 over to go, he has to walk back.
Oh, less than 1 over, 3 legal deliveries remaining. Alex Moses comes out to the middle now just to face 3 legal deliveries. The Nutmeg Warriors are 121 for 5. The last wicket going down, McDonald run out by Joseph for 10. And these bowlers are still straying wide down the leg side. Joseph has to be careful now. Sheldon Joseph, he has bowled pretty well his first over. But after that, he's been particularly expensive in this second over. He has to be careful. 1 more legal delivery remaining. Final ball of the inning, right arm over. Moses is going to face this delivery. 122. He's going to get some bat onto it over the slips for 4. That's a good way to end. It ends with a boundary. 122 plus 4 is 126. 126 for 5. The Nutmeg Warriors end their innings on 126 for 5 with a big, thick, peeling outside edge over slips. And, good batting from the Nutmeg Warriors. They were particularly explosive at the start. And getting to 126, not bad at all.
Not bad at all, because I was looking just for about 130 in the circumstances with the start that they got. And getting 126 for 5, I think it was well done by Nutmeg Warriors. A good challenge in total. And I guess when they come out, they will come out blazing, looking to contain, looking to win this game. the point standing for the Nutmeg Warriors. They're on some 3 points after 2 games, with Saffron on 1 point after 3 games. So it's a good battle to see how it's going to be ended. But all in all, I thought that the Nutmeg, the Saffron strikers, again, I just want to repeat that. I thought that when they went out there earlier on to warm up, they were not all that collective as a team. They just looking a little bit lackadaisical with the way they approach what they were doing, in contrast to that of Nutmeg Warriors. Looking at the 2 teams, Nutmeg Warriors were really on top. They were very spirited, and they had a momentum outside of there. And you can see when they started off batting, it was all inside of there with a plan. While the Saffron strikers, if you look at them, the field placing, I thought at one time, was a little bit off. Starting off very early defending. I don't know what they were defending quite early. I think in a T20 game as this, you had to start off attacking. It doesn't matter who is in the wicket. You got to start off attacking rather than going early defending. But 126 is 126 on the board, and let's see how they get there.
All right, well, let's look quickly at some of the figures coming out of this one. In the wickets column for the Saffron strikers, 2 wickets being picked up by, looks like Charles, I think it is, because our score is not very clear. Yeah, Kem Charles picking up 2 for 17 from his 2 overs. And of course, the other wicket taker, Ryshawn Williams, picking up 2 for 12 from his 2 overs. Shaban Noel finishing with 2 overs, 1 wicket, 18 runs, and Joseph was particularly expensive. They were brutal to him. Just 1 wicket from his 2 overs for 32 runs. In the batting department, good knock by Andre Fletcher, who knocked up 41, and he was the top scorer for the Nutmeg Warriors. A couple of good additions here and there, but all in all, the field was spread in terms of the run getters, and the Nutmeg Warriors 126 for 5, and the Saffron strikers will take to the field in just about 5 minutes. When we will come back, you will join us as they look for 127 to pick up some much needed points here. Join us in about 5 minutes. We take a break, refresh ourselves, and we come back. The clock is ticking for 5 minutes.
Your feet, a glimmer in your skin. getting down to Grenada, we've created these incredible recipes for young chefs to essentially curate in the fashion of their culinary art. I'm very excited about this partnership. Grenada is known as the spice island, culinary capital in the Caribbean, as many have remarked.
What makes Grenadian cuisine so special? And the answer lies in the proximity of everything fresh.
I'm looking forward to uncovering the ingredients and the cultural expressions of Grenada in a pot. In Caribou, we had an amazing time, but I was so impressed about the beauty of the island and the people. So warm, friendly. I felt it kind of like a challenge. I thought I could say something here. I could do something here. The idea of bringing Grenada into the global culinary conversation became the mantra. We have to tell that story.
Must tell that story. And we are telling that story.
Well, you are, one pot at a time.
The Dream 11 Spice Isle T10 Season 4. Feel the heat.
Bowling gone, an absolute beauty.
June 8th to June 22nd. Organized by the Grenada Cricket Association. Venue, Lassages Playing Field, St. David. Teams in action. The defending champs, Saffron Strikers, Bay Leaf Blasters, Clove Challengers, Cinnamon Pacers, Ginger Generals, and Nutmeg Warriors. 14 days of action.
Everybody can't wait for it to start.
30 matches.
Beautifully placed.
Top local and regional players.
Lovely timing.
One venue. Lassages St. David. Feel the heat. June 8th to June 22nd.
Well, the chase is on. The chase is on. We are ready for the chase. It's not a TV show game. Are you familiar with the TV show game, The Chase? Well, the chase is on here. The Nutmeg Warriors, they would have posted 126 for 5 of their 10 overs. And some good batting from Andre Fletcher, 41, and Roland Cato, 34. Some good knocks in and between, a couple of 7s, a couple of 10s. But more importantly, the Nutmeg Warriors getting to 126 for 5 of their 10. And the Saffron Strikers with a mountain to climb, looking for 127. It's very gettable, but it's going to require some diligent batting. And they've got to stick to the plan. Clyde, Rondell John, C.R. John, talk to me. What's your take on the first innings?
127, in my view. A few runs short with the sort of explosive batting that the Nutmeg Warriors had at the beginning. They seem to have tapered off a bit. The Saffron Strikers, they came back really well. Joseph getting the breakthrough, the wicket of Fletcher, I think that would have curtailed the run somewhat. But 127 is definitely a good score, a power score, let's put it that way. They will need to bowl well because we know the firepower that the Saffron Strikers have at the top.
All right, well, Anil Matthew is outside there in the middle. Matthew, and it looks like Moses that will start the attack for Nutmeg Warriors immediately. This is danger. Oh, this is good cricket. First ball, wicket gone. So the Nutmeg Warriors with a dream start here.
Yeah, another dream start for the Nutmeg Warriors. They seem to be getting wickets very early in every contest that they've played so far. The 2 games they've had, they always had an early wicket. Really good delivery. It seemed to have held up a bit on Williams. He couldn't get through the shot and just spooning it to the man there at point. Early breakthrough.
Well, I didn't even get the chance to introduce him. Raishon Williams, who was supposed to be waiting on Moses to come up just before I was about to call his name. Didn't get the opportunity, but this one got big on him. And he was beaten all ends up. And good work outside there in the field. If you look at the replay, we're going to see how diligently the fielder was in that catch. We've got to get his name. Let's see who it is.
And that's Enoch to Saint.
Good, well going, young man. Good going, good cricket. And he's earned his place for a little while in this contest, this competition. So that now brings Charles into strike. Kem Charles, he has a lot of work to do. He can be explosive as well, Kem Charles. But coming in with just one delivery ball. And the Saffron Strikers are none for 1 after 0.1.
Yeah, it's hard to be on the back foot after the first delivery, which I think they are on the back foot right now.
Oh, he's flashing again outside the off stump. You don't want to do that now. Oh, no. Slower delivery, again holding up, but getting some lift. That's a good line. Good length.
Yeah, Moses, one of the taller bowlers going around, really extracting the sort of bounce that the wicket has. We've seen the wicket. It does have quite a bit of bounce once you bend your back.
Oh, nicely played. Just one. First runs off the bat for the Saffron Strikers. Not as convincing as he would have loved, but Kem Charles puts one to his name. Anil Matthew now goes into strike.
Yeah, for the sake of the Saffron Strikers, Charles will need to remain out there. Definitely, once he's there, the opportunity for quick scoring will come. This partnership will be very crucial.
Looking to go, just eluding the fielder there at mid-wicket, but 4 runs, good strike. And Matthew off with a boundary.
Yeah, giving him the charge and just lucky enough to get that ball into the gap. Really didn't get the sort of connection that he wanted. It seemed to have hit high on the bat, but the power in which he swung got him through.
Well, this time he's made better connection with this one. Is it going to carry all the way? Just one bounce inside the boundary. He's made better connection this time.
Yeah, much better shot, much better stroke. He stood tall and really got a good swing through the line of the ball. And unfortunate for him, it didn't carry all the way, one bounce, but more importantly, another boundary.
He's a tall man, Anil Matthew.
Yeah, the Strikers will want to approach this innings with some confidence. Don't want to be rash, but you need to be confident.
He's thugging everything. He's just making up his mind to be explosive. Anil Matthew, that brings up the end of the first over. 11 for 1. The Saffron Strikers in search of 127.
Yeah, with the exception of the wicket going down, I think that's a pretty decent over. They would take this any day. What is required as we approach this innings will be some sensibility. They want to make sure that they hit the gaps. When the bad one's there, you put it away. You don't spare anything. That's anything loose, rather.
After this delivery, we're going to take a quick look at this field that Keto has set. And looks like Francis. There's a Jamal Francis. Jamal Francis had a spectacular game the other day against the Bayleaf Blasters. He bowled a gem. Never forget that delivery for as long as I live. He's picked him up. Kem Charles has picked him up. Kem Charles has gone with him. That's maximum 6.
Yeah, really, delivery pitched too close to Kem. If you want to get Kem Charles out, you get that delivery moving across him. It has to come back just a slight, maybe a foot or so, and get it to go across him. You can't go up in the arc there to Kem Charles.
It's timed to perfection. Again, nicely stroked. Just on, getting it down on the onside. Nicely played, turning it around.
Yeah, what was important there is that the fielder did really well that they couldn't cross for the single.
Oh, that's why I mentioned we've got to take a look at this field in just a little bit because I thought it to be a very attacking field. Mistiming that time. Kem Charles.
Yeah, Francis just doing a bit to change up the pace of the delivery. Charles into the shot way quicker than expected.
Ashton Regis is at point. See him. Jamal Francis, young left-arm bowler, played, came through the, I think it was the Junior Murray Cricket Academy, did he? Yes, he came through the Junior Murray Cricket Academy. The young man is what, just about 5'11", 6 foot tall, and a good left-arm action.
Yeah, does have a really good action. Somehow he's not really bustling through the crease as I know him too. Guess this is your first over. You want to make sure that you get the ball in the right areas, and as the confidence grows, maybe we'll see the sort of express pace that he has. But he can generate quite a bit of pace, Francis.
Still inside the second over. Young Jamal Francis coming from the main road end. Again. So Francis is putting some pressure on the batter here. He was dispatched for 6 beautifully, well timed, but since after that Francis has he's come back in good form.
Yeah, again, a good little thinking cricketer. He wants to make sure, whatever he does, he's in control of it, and that's a good sign. We've seen it a lot from most of the under-19 cricketers on display so far.
Oh, it's the end of, it's a wide ball. So he has to go back down and do it all over again.
Yeah, Charles will want to be a bit careful. You don't just want to throw the bat out there and get an edge that would see the back of him. I think the Saffron strikers will need him to stay out there.
Their chances are a whole lot better. And again, he's gone with him. Just one bounce, 4. So he has ended the over with a boundary, 4 runs. And the Saffron strikers are 22 for 1 after 2. The partnership, well, of 22 runs because the first wicket went down with the very first delivery of the innings. And Moses bowling a gem that got big on Ryshawn Williams. Had no choice but to play at it and was caught. Matthew is on 10. Charles is on 11. The required weight is 13 and a smidgen.
Yeah, you want to make sure you utilize the power play, get the run rate as close to the required as possible. So for the next 2 overs, they will want to try and up that the run rate quite significantly. It's very good when you can get over the run rate required. That means that you can continue to push and push to ensure that you bring home victory.
Heavy, thick clouds over this facility, but the sun peeping through is blaring. And slapped to mid-on. Really wanted to do more with it. Anil Matthew Maybe just timing it a little better would have yielded a little bit more runs.
Yeah, I think he was trying to hit it a little too hard and sort of lose the shape a bit.
And this card just going over the off stump of Kem Charles. So Shadrach discard from St. Lucia. He's a very nippy cricketer. He bowls with an upright seam, gets some lateral movement when he hits the deck. And this time he was beating Kem Charles, sorry.
Yeah, Charles just looking to, really get after this card, not really trying to hang around. He wants to get on with the business.
It's timed beautifully over the infield. That's 4. Magnificent.
Yeah, again, just staying leg side of the delivery. No one out sweeping. Recognizes that. A good shot selection by Charles.
Our Facebook feed has become relatively quiet. This time he's looking to go with him again, but miscue. It got big on him. The faster delivery from Descartes. He would be feeling hard done with this one because it goes out for another boundary. So runs coming here off the bat of Kem Charles. And he has gone to 19. Wasn't a bad delivery at all from Descartes.
Yeah, Charles just looking to really assert himself, use the power play overs, swinging for everything, hoping that he can get regular boundaries, and so far it's been paying off.
Piece on the previous delivery. Slower delivery this time, having the batsman fishing. It's good bowling from Shadrach.
It does have a few deliveries that he can play around with this card, and team will need him to ensure that they get these deliveries in the right areas, in the right spot, bring the right results.
Faster one now. Yes, he's mixing it up. He has Kem Charles in a blender. He's turning him all around and inside out. And that brings up the end of the over. Charles is on 19, Matthews on 11. The Saffron strikers in search of 127 are 13 for 1. 31 for 1, sorry.
Yeah, 31 for 1. 1 over remaining in the power play. Definitely they're looking to rebuild and rebuild well. They're not going too badly. I think what is necessary now is that they do not lose any further wickets so that they can have a real swing later on.
Cato has now employed the services of Josh Thomas. Josh Thomas is going to come up from the main road end. We saw him earlier on, Josh Thomas, practicing his run-up from that end. And he was out in the field very early this morning, getting his stretches in and doing some looseness. Maybe he's looking to be a little bit more express today.
Well, there's a bit of a breeze around, and I can tell you with the pace that he bowls and the movement that he will generate from the breeze.
Just dropping just in front of Olive. And they go for one. Not properly timed.
So the strikers, they're in the hunt. They're in the hunt, looking to see how they can overhaul this 127. But when with every delivery that is delivered, you can see, there is a bit of tension just building among the two teams.
He's picked him up, timed, and it's going to carry all the way for 6. So Kem Charles has greeted Josh Thomas and sent him packing over mid-off.
Yeah, slower delivery, but just too full, really, really too close to the bat of Charles, and you do not need to give Charles any second invitation to hit over the ropes. He's going to hit over the rope whether you give him or not, and he just did that. This looks more like the Josh Thomas that we know.
Good comeback from him. He can generate quite a bit of pace. Still 89 required. Looking to go square of the wicket. Saffron strikers, the run rate climbing on them. The required run rate continues to climb on them. It's 14 now. 6 overs and 2 deliveries to get 89 runs. It's like you're standing at the bottom of Mount St. Catherine, staring at the top. But anything is possible. Six more. Surely that one is going to travel for another maximum. 6 more. It's not the replay, it's the different delivery. Same stroke being played, maximum.
Yeah, again, Charles just leaning back nicely, really on top of that one. Played it with the bounce, hitting on the up, as we would say, and it cleared all the way for 6. Kem Charles is on the charge. He's motoring along.
He's belted Thomas for 2 6s already in this innings. Thomas is going to be penalized. You don't want to be setting up shop outside there. The umpires are very stringent, extraordinarily strict. Anything remotely wide, they're going to pounce on it. The call is catch. That's beautifully taken. Well done. Expertly taken. Acrobatically taken. And Kem Charles perishes.
Well, what a catch. What a catch. Let's look at it. Let's look at it. Beats the edge, picks the edge, and there he goes. 2 hands, realizing, beautiful. This is not the first time I've seen him do this. He is known for these sort of catches. A first slip would have easily poached this one, but he made the ground, everything off the ground, taking a brilliant, brilliant catch. Javon Andrew behind the stump.
Well, Javon Andrew would make his coach feel proud there. The coach of the Nutmeg Warriors, Junior Murray, former West Indies wicketkeeper batsman. And if anyone would have enjoyed that as much as Andrew, it would be Junior Murray himself, the coach of the Nutmeg Warriors. Look at that again. That's expertly taken, beautifully taken, always in control, kept his eyes on it, full stretch. And that's something that we need to see in international cricket. One person said catch of the match.
I agree. I agree with you. A full pace delivery. Thomas really generated some pace there. Andrew really followed it well. You can see that he kept his eyes on it, taking a brilliant catch.
Well, after 4, the Saffron strikers are 45 for 2. And the Sylvester is yet to get off the mark. Anil Matthews on 12. The fall of the last wicket, of course, was Charles. Charles has gone. Caught by Andrew. Bowl Thomas for 31. He wasn't bad at all. And the Saffron Strikers in search of 127 are 45 for 2. Andre Fletcher now comes into the attack from the pavilion end. After this over, you would hear from Raphael Crony. Crony was particularly excited with that catch as well. Looking at it in real time, it caught everyone by surprise. He even caught us here, not just the ball.
Yeah, well, Andrew is a decent keeper, good batter, having a good day out.
And Fletcher has been clobbered straight back over his head for 4. Anil Matthew is not going to spear him. You've got to stay in your half.
I quite agree with that. Really, not much turn on offer. Just going through the line of the delivery and getting it past the man at mid-on for 4.
Are you saying that Fletcher is just a leg bowler, not a leg break bowler?
Well, I'm not saying anything close to that.
Okay, I was just wondering.
But
you said not much turn. I just inquired.
You look at the surface, and many of the frontline spinners struggled. Fletcher is known to toss up a 2. I'm not certain that he's a leg spin bowler.
But he does get it to turn from time to time. He does. Got to give him credit for that. Here he is now. Pace. Faster one, pushing through. Discard does the tidying work outside in the deep. And Saffron Strikers bringing up the 50. 50 coming up in this over. 50 for 2 they are. They're still 77 runs adrift. Faster delivery and picked up nicely. It goes high in the air. The shout of catch. Shadrach Descartes is settling under it and takes it comfortably. And another wicket down. So the Saffron Strikers are 50 for 3. Caught by Shadrach Descartes. And more drama here because Sylvester goes without scoring.
Yeah, drama, and more drama for the Saffron Strikers. Pretty easy catch in the end by Shadrach Descartes. As I was saying earlier, Jason, Fletcher not really known to turn it. I think Sylvester probably was playing for turn and was beaten by the lack of turn. But more importantly, it was in a good area for Fletcher.
I have absolutely no comment to offer on that. Raphael Crony and Cummins is lurking in the back. They would probably have their comments to add to it, but I've learned in this battle sometimes it's better to don't say than say at all.
I quite agree with you. Fletcher is my friend. I can say anything I want about him.
That's your fish to fry, my friend. Your canoe to paddle. And your engine to roar. Andre Fletcher is heading to St. Paul, Javel St. Paul. A quicker one to St. Paul, beaten, but he got the bat down quick in time to save his off stump. And just one. But Andre Fletcher, he's a tricky customer with the ball. He can
Very
push
tricky.
it through faster, hold it back, flight it a little bit. Yeah, he has some variation, as simple as they might be. He's a thinking cricketer.
And that was a googly, mind you.
Good work in the back there. Wide call by the umpire. To the keeper, Javon Andrew. It's been pretty tidy for the Nutmeg Warriors. Another wide. So Fletcher darting this one down the leg side.
Yeah, if you notice, the googly turns a bit more than the leg spinner.
You're not going to get me in trouble. Purposeful of that. He's picked him up. St. Paul has sent him over square leg. 1 bounce, 4 runs. So that brings up the end of the first Andre Fletcher over. He has gone for 13 of that over. And St. Paul is on 5. Matthews on 17. The Saffron strikers still 69 runs adrift. They're 58 for 3. More from C.R. John. And then it will be Raphael Crony who will join us for some comments. Good afternoon, Crony. Good to see you. He's all looking blinding white. He's a man of a different hue, a darker hue. And with his blinding white, he stands out. Can be a target.
Yeah, definitely. As blinding as he is, I think Anil Matthew, who is out there, will need to play a blinder. Seeing that we're talking about blind here. Will need a blinder if they're going to overhaul the 69 runs that is necessary from some 30 deliveries. Will take some hitting, will take some sensible cricket if the Saffron strikers are going to get over the line.
Yeah, thank you, Jason and Rondell. Exciting game in prospect, 58 for 3.
Yeah, McDonald seemed to be willing to help the strikers by bowling that wide. Will need to bounce back properly. And another one perishes. So that's the end of Anil Matthew. Ball pitched up. He was induced into that shot by McDonald. A ball a bit slower. No way in position. You can see the leg leaving him. He swung the leg away. The Scott coming in. Taking a brilliant catch. Easy catch by his standards. Another one bites the dust.
Yeah, and Matthew not to the pitch of this delivery. Again, looking to clear the offside. And ball seemingly turning away from him. And taking the outside edge. And simple catch. Taken there as by the Scott. As Saffron strikers lose the fourth wicket, 59 for 4. And really uphill task from here to get to 127. Certainly the necessary nerve for a good partnership. But 59 for 4. I think there's a lot of work to be done.
I quite agree with you. Quite a lot to be done. It can happen. Sensible cricket from here. You cannot allow the stats to really get into your head. What is necessary is that you back yourself, you back your ability, hit the good ones. If there's one that you really can't, you respect it, but try to at least to get the single. And that could make, for a very interesting end to the game. But so far, I think the strikers, they're missing the trick somewhat.
So McDonald, his second delivery hit down to long off and just past the fielder on the boundary. Well struck there. And that's the first delivery by Joseph. Firmly hit down to long off. Picked up a boundary. First delivery face. McDonald in his first over. Picking up a wicket with his first delivery. It's 63 for 4. This one goes straight down to long off. 64.
Yeah, very important. These two, the spear at the wicket, is very important for the Saffron strikers. St. Paul, we've seen him last edition, cart it around quite a bit. We know he has the power. Technically, he has made some errors. Let's hope he can correct it today.
Again, McDonald coming, just changing the angle a bit to the left-handed St. Paul, coming around the wicket and sort of a very good shot again played by St. Paul. Hitting the ball very hard. It was a full toss and there was a feeler on the long on boundary and he didn't have to move probably just a few yards, but it really was firmly struck. And St. Paul's in the true vein of his batting picked up a boundary.
Well,
wow, down to mid on, and one thought the fielder on the boundary there was a bit, probably lost sight of it. I should have come in and maybe picked that up.
What was important with what I've seen so far from St. Paul is that compared to the last few days, he didn't try to open up, but he tried to remain as steady as possible, keep behind the line of the delivery in order to really get it to the boundary.
Yeah, good point made. That ball was hit down to mid-on. And normally you would expect that he will open and hit somewhere down to mid-off, but that went straight and just dropped in front of the fielder. So 69 for 4 Saffron strikers. They need to get to 127 for victory. As I welcome back Ashley.
Well, thank you very much. At least they're supposed to be just around 73 runs at this time. So they're behind on the Darkwood Lewis over score.
Pushback Fletcher in his second over. He went for 13 in his first over. That was really good running again. Ball going down to a vacant square leg position, and the fielder traveling very slowly. Give the batsman the opportunity to pick up 2. Fletcher.
Oh, that's a good delivery from Fletcher, mixing it up there. Fletcher could be very tricky when he has the ball in his hands. And we're just seeing that so far in this over. Again, playing down the wrong line is St. Paul. Fletcher just having a little word with him there, as usual.
Hey, that's the sort of player he is, you know. He's gonna, and he would have played at the international level, which meant that he would have gone through a process. We would have we would have been playing professionals who are gonna always, you know, be the banter and the talking here and there, and that he has been very tight in this over.
Very good over so far.
Just 2 runs scored in the over. And St. Paul have been watchful, not been given any deliveries that he can go after. And once again, the fielder at short fine leg field. That completes Fletcher's second over. He has gone for 15. He has picked up 1 wicket. And Saffron strikers are 71 for 4, and we had 7 completed overs.
It's a very good over there by Fletcher. At this stage, Saffron strikers should be 85, but they are behind, 71. And Fletcher using all the tricks, coming back and bowling a very fine over, putting the pressure on Saffron. And let's see how they will get about in this over with McDonald. He is in his last over.
McDonald went for 11 in this first over, picked up the wicket with the first delivery he bowled. And now he's going to be bowling to Joseph, going back over the wicket. Again, Joseph is swinging, making no contact. We are into the 8th over. McDonald in the second over, Daniel McDonald. Hit down to long off, straight to the fielder. And once again, he just had to settle and pick up another easy catch. And once again, McDonald striking in his second over.
Just a ball that is just a good length outside the house stump, asking to be hit, but not played there properly by Joseph. I think that he was actually stretching into the shot, didn't really let the ball come on more that he could have get the lift and really get the ball out of the ground. But unfortunately, he has to go caught in the deep, and Saffron striker losing another wicket with Noel making his way in. Shaban Noel, I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and really it was, that ball seemed to be in the slot. Well, I just think that he really wasn't in position. He just stood up and he swung. But if he just pushed that foot across, he would have been in a better position really to clear the mid off.
Yeah, and he was slightly leaning back in the shot too, so the ball didn't get the kind of lift that it wanted. And so, unfortunately, he has to go. Let's see what happens now with Noel.
Played down to long off, first delivery, Noel played it confidently. They feel that long off having to move to his left, so he picked up a single. First delivery faced, 72 for 5. Left-handed St. Paul into strike. Again, just comes off the edge. Just again, he was looking for the big drive, but ball, good bowling by McDonald. He kept it very close to him, so he didn't give him the room, and it just came off the inside edge and go down to what would be a backward square leg. So he picked up a single.
Another good delivery from McDonald. Again, not giving the batsman the room that is needed to go for the big shots. Just closing them up as much as possible. Just a single that could be acquired.
St. Paul again is hitting down to that man just over. Well, I got a hand to it, but that field out long and they just coming across. And as we're going to see the replay, they got a hand to it, but just went over the rope for 6.
Good shot there from St. Paul. Good hitting, maximum.
Yeah.
And they really need to have plenty more of this in the upcoming balls.
Yeah, they will have to. Just 2 overs remaining, and they still need 47. So they'll need a lot more of those balls going over the ropes. But McDonald finished his spell of 2 overs, had 2 for 20. It will be essential for St. Paul to remain there, and he has shown that he can clear this field with ease, and therefore he would need to play a big inning.
At least they're 19 runs behind. So, Saffron strikers really fading away in the middle order, and not actually getting off to the start that they wanted.
It's 80 for 5. Run rate at the moment 10. They need 23.5. As Olive picks up the attack from this broadcasting in. First delivery outside the off stump. And there's not much that can be done. Noel looking to flash.
Well, just need to get a single and allow St. Paul to see what he can do rather than trying to be ambitious himself.
Slow ball hit and well hit over long on, wide long on for 6. Good shot by Noel there. It was a slower delivery and attempted by Noel. He picked it up from just outside the off stump.
Picked it up well. Good timing. Good shot. Good result.
Yeah, lifted it over wide long on. Yeah, good confident shot.
Need to have some more of this. If they got to get there.
Full toss in the air, and the third man having to run back, but just went over the ropes and picked up another boundary.
So 2 deliveries, 10 runs.
So they certainly will need to keep the boundaries coming.
Definitely.
But bad delivery bowled by Olive. .37 runs needed. But we have only about 8 deliveries left. Saffron strikers who would have went down yesterday in their game.
That's a good shot.
Another boundary as that one was pitched up, over pitch.
Good shot.
Given it the right treatment and hit straight back over mid-off.
That's an excellent shot.
Actually, it was straighter than mid-off. Back over the bowler head. Safest place really to hit the ball. 94 for 5. So some 14 runs in the over so far. Just one delivery left.
Well,
at the end of the 9th over, Olive completing his first over, going for 14. It's 94 for 5.
94 for 5, needing to get 126. Need to hit some 36 runs. Last 6 balls all needed to go for maximum if they ever have to reach close there. And this is going to take a lot of asking. Fletcher marshalling his troops very well, and who is going to be bowling that last over?
Again, one has to comment on the bowling of Nutmeg Warriors. I thought that they bowled pretty well. I should just to go back to what we saw before in terms of the bowling. The catch taken behind the stumps. I would think that probably so far is a catch of the tournament.
Yeah,
it was a tremendous. Josh Newell bowled pretty quickly, and you could see when he hit the length, you get the lift, and it's always difficult. I must say again, we saw that Kem Charles played a good inning. He hit actually 2 sixes in that over. One he picked up, hit over cover, and then one he hit over long off. But we saw he just needed to pitch in the right area. That one was a little bit wider, probably a little bit quicker, and took the edge, and really was a tremendous catch taken by the keeper.
Well, 2 Saint is entrusted to bowl the last over, and St. Paul. Fletcher always with a little byplay. Getting 2 of this first over, which is much more needed.
So 96 for 5, and St. Paul goes to 21. I hit this one straight, and that goes back to the boundary, just hitting the side screen. And the fielder there at long on really had much of a chance. As that ball really just hit really straight and picked up another boundary.
Not a chance, both umpire and the bowler taking evasive action. And 6 runs in 2 deliveries.
Let's see, this one goes down to mid-wicket. The fielder comes in and take a simple catch again. St. Paul really had, hadn't much of a chance, but had to go for it. Looking to clear mid-wicket. And again, the fielder they're coming off the boundary and taking another simple catch.
This one was just too close to St. Paul, and he has no other choice. He has to go for it. And a well played inning had come to an end. And with what? Some 3 deliveries remaining. 3 deliveries remaining. It's 100 for 6. And the replay there, a very good catch taken by the fielder down there in the deep.
So 100 for 6 Saffron strikers. We have just 3 deliveries remaining. So Nutmeg Warriors again going to pick up maximum point in this encounter. Noel. Ball stroked down to wide mid-on, and they come back for 2 runs. So John is off the mark with 202 for 6. And Toussaint in his first over has picked up 1 for 8. So we come into the end of this first game for today. Ball struck back past the bowler, and all the people are coming around, and they're going back for a second run there again. You know, the fielders just a bit of lapse there, but obviously they are going to win this game. And the batsman still took the opportunity to come back for 2 more.
So is the final delivery. Toussaint coming back over the wicket.
And looking for the run there. And
so there you have it. The umpire say he's out. The umpire did not. His colleague umpire, I guess, had given the signal that he's out. And victory for Nutmeg Warriors.
Yeah, convincing victory. They would have won by 22 runs, and they know the last wicket. Just trying to looking for, you know, a impossible single there and being run out, but has been a convincing victory by Nutmeg Warriors, and certainly they continue their winning ways. But actually, you would have seen the batting of Nutmeg Warriors. Fletcher would have done well. Again,
so it was K2.
K2 at the top. These are two players who certainly would have played at the high level, and they would have done well to get up to 126. But Saffron Striker struggled from start. Really didn't get off to a quick start, and having lost probably the most prolific batter in Kem Charles, really never give a good fight trying to get to that score.
So it's just the victory procedures going on. The fielders are going off the field, and they're going to be shaking hands with the Saffron Striker players. The normal thing that will happen in cricket. But as you rightly said, it was a good game played by Nutmeg Warriors. The captain had always had a field that was set, always thinking. The bowlers did well. The batters, Saffron Strikers, they just did not get the sort of start that they wanted, and so they continue to lose wickets in clusters, and finally they end up on the losing end. One of the things, though, that I saw from the onset is that I thought that the Saffron captain had been a little bit too defensive in the early part of the overs, the early part of the power play. I thought that he could have one of the players out of that 30-yard box, the cow corner area where both K2 and Fletcher had been hitting. Block up those areas. Sometimes you just got to be aggressive and not just play the game as you think it should be played, but really be aggressive in the situation. Unfortunately, they got off to a flyer, and they continue to score runs. They got 128, which I thought they should have gotten a little more, but cricket as it is, they lost some wickets in the middle order and ended up on 127, 26, and the Saffron strikers could only muster 104. They had struggled all through the innings. But we are with the game 2 coming up, so we see Norman Gilbert is down there getting ready for the presentation, and we will take a break now. Jason Skit is down there, so we take a break. And
at this moment, we just go down to the field. Jason is down there, and he will just have a chat with the man of the match. Over to you, Jason.
Well, thank you very much, Rafael Crony, and of course to all the commentators. That has been an enthralling encounter between these two teams, the Saffron Strikers and the Nutmeg Warriors. The Nutmeg Warriors coming out on top, winning this one. They blasted their way to 126, and that was a massive total. I've got Mr. Norman Gilbert with me. He's a former executive member of the Grenada Cricket Association, and he's been very active in cricket still. And to present the man of the match for his 41 runs and still taking 1 wicket for 15 runs in his over, Andre Fletcher. Andre Fletcher, join us. Andre Fletcher, 41. You're getting into the 40s again, but you're not getting over that hurdle. I mean, what's the story? Good knock, 41 still.
Yeah, to be honest, I trying to see if I could bat as deep as possible, but unfortunately I haven't done that as yet. But it's good that I'm giving the team a start. Kato is also batting well, so it's all about us trying to put the team pressure on us, and seeing how we can actually capitalize on the power play and bat as deep as possible. It's good that we come out again with a win, and hopefully we can carry the momentum forward.
Yeah, you guys have been explosive in the power play so far for the Nutmeg Warriors, and what's you got some good chemistry going there between yourself and Kato?
Yeah, to be honest, we're talking to each other. We're looking to target a specific bowler and not trying to slug. We're trying to play proper cricket shots and play each ball on its merit. The wicket, to be honest, is a very good wicket, so it's not about trying too many things. So we back our skills, we back our abilities, so that's what's working.
When is your next match? Who are you playing next?
We play tomorrow. I'm not sure who we play as yet.
All right. Well, Andre Fletcher, congratulations again, and I wish you all the best. Continue. All right. We're going to talk to the captains now. Let's bring in the captain, Daryl Cyrus. Daryl Cyrus is the captain of the Saffron Strikers. Daryl, you wanted to limit this team, as you said at the start of the innings. You wanted to limit them to about 120. They got to 126. You thought they got off a little bit too well. What's the story?
Yeah, definitely. I thought it was a little bit too much runs on our part. Thought that the bowlers didn't execute as planned.
All right. Well, what's next from here? Good knock, by the way, because Kem Charles, he has been in good form for you guys. He picked up, somewhere in the 30s again today?
Yeah, definitely. It was a good inning by Kem, showing good form, but it's just a matter of one of the batters carrying it to the end.
All right. And then your bowling, I mean, yes, you did limit the Nutmeg Warriors to 126. Yes, there was some hard hitting up front from Andre Fletcher and Roland Kato, but you did pull it back a little bit and limit them. So that was some good bowling in the middle overs for you. You've got to get the power play under control.
Yeah, definitely. It's just a matter of getting the power play, 10 runs or over or less, and I think that we could do better there.
All right, well, better luck next time. When's your next match?
We play on Friday against the Bay Leaf Blasters. All
right, well, better luck against the Bay Leaf Blasters on Friday. Thanks a lot, Daryl Cyrus. Let's bring in the winning captain now, Roland Kato. The Nutmeg Warriors, they've been on a roll. Roland Kato, you got off to a flyer today, yourself and Andre Fletcher. Good partnership up front again.
Yeah, I think we just start off today from where we left off yesterday, so it was a good partnership up front. Our team really playing a lot heavy on us to give them a good start, and it just happened they woke up today again, and we was happy for them.
Were you happy with 126 overall?
I think we probably was looking at something around 140 because the wicket is a pretty good wicket, but I think that the credit must go to the other team. I think that they bowl well in the back end, so yeah, hats off to them.
All right, you yourself and Andre Fletcher, a partnership of 99 not out before the fall of the first wicket the other day, actually 99, and now somewhere in the 50s. So you guys have been opening pretty well and taking the pressure off the other batsmen in the middle.
Yeah, I think it's just about going out there and executing the plan as best as we can. Being positive, being smart. Fletcher, played for West Indies. He's experienced, so it's just about trying to outthink the next team and playing smart cricket.
All right, well, you're undefeated so far in the tournament, and that's a good way to start. Your next match is tomorrow. Who are you guys playing tomorrow?
Not too sure. I think they sent 2 fixtures on me, so I had to mix up with it, but I'm not too sure. But we'll be ready.
All right, well, that's Roland Cato. Congratulations again on the win. And that's it. Roland Cato of the Nutmeg Warriors, 126 and defended pretty well, and they come out with more points here today. We're getting ready for match number 2 that will come up in just a little bit. Until then, join us, everybody. Have yourselves a great afternoon. We see you just around 3 o'clock.